Thank you, Adam Ross. The cars making a slow lap around the racetrack behind that Chevrolet Camaro safety car. And then as they come back on around on the second of the pace laps, they will be forming up into the 15 rows of 2 cars per row. Looks like we've got, of the 30 cars, a total of 14 drivers from Ontario, 15 from Quebec, and the 1 driver from Nova Scotia, young Danny Chisholm in car number 19. His very first visit here to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. The rookie, one of 7 rookie drivers in the field, was able to qualify that car 11th. He'll go from the inside of row number 6 as the field makes its way down through Moss Corner at the south end of the circuit. These are heavy race cars and a lot of hard braking going down through the chute and uphill into Moss Corner. It'll be 51 laps on the 2.459, almost 4 kilometer long track that makes up the 200 in heavy race car. ASA Abloy Centra 200 here this afternoon. Again, as we said, a big welcome to all of the first-time race fans. I know checking in with some of the Bowmanville Rotary Club members who were taking fans all around the racetrack throughout the last 3 days. They met a number of fans who didn't quite know where to go to spectate the race. They were here at the racetrack for the very first time. Adam Ross, the longtime voice of the NASCAR Canada Series, has joined us here in the booth after a spectacular opening ceremonies. And again, we'd like to thank the Skyhawk skydiving team for a beautiful performance, seeing those Canadian flags go flying through the air and then landing in the infield here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for NASCAR racing at its best here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. 30 cars and drivers ready to do battle here over the 51 laps. The Chevrolet Camaro safety car, the lights are still on, rolls off at turn number 10 as they get in the second of their warm-up laps. And again, a big tip of the announcer's cap to the men and women who have been manning all of the corners, the Motorsport Marshalling Service volunteers, and in fact, all of our great volunteers that help make a weekend that is the Castrol Victoria Day Speed Fest possible.
Well said, Pat. What a crowd. Look at the crowd all the way around this facility. We've got the luxury of having some cameras placed all around, and we can see you folks. We can see that you've come out here to have a great weekend. Some of you here with your family, some of you here with your friends, some of you here with friends and family. But it's just a beautiful thing to see. I have never seen. Look at the part of the infield, Pat, that we see from the top of turn 10. I have never seen it that jammed on this Victoria Day weekend.
Well, parking is free with your admission here, but if somebody had a parking concession, they'd be leaving the track here at the end of the race day. A pretty rich person. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of this celebration of motorsport to kick off our 2024 season. We hope to see you back here either in a month for the Varac Vintage Grand Prix, the Chevrolet Grand Prix in July, with the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. If you're a motorcycle road racing fan, we've got super bikes, sport bikes, and the brand new Bagger Racing League in the August 10th and 11th weekend. And then, of course, these NASCAR cars are back here on Labor Day weekend for our Labor Day weekend sprint. Should be an incredible 2024 season. The field will start to form up shortly. They're just clearing the south end of the track going through Moss Corner, and those drivers moving those cars back and forth trying to warm up those tires.
Well, and they are being told right now to double up the field. You can see it taking shape, and you can see them accelerate down the backstretch. The front row is at pace car speed. The last number of rows, they're having to come up through the gears to catch this pack. They will all join in. 15 rows of 2 as they work under the Canadian Tire Bridge towards turn 8. Rumbling to the green flag of the ASA Abloy Excentra 200. What a show it's going to be. 51 laps is the distance. They cannot go the whole distance on fuel. They're going to have to come to the pits at some point, and they're going to have to come to the pits to take on rubber. Pat, nobody has ever won this race without changing tires.
Makes a big difference if you've got some fresh rubber on that race car. And of course, they can't go the full 200 kilometers without coming out of pit road for fuel. That front row, Gary Clute, car number 59 in the Dodge, 74 Kevin Lacroix, as they roll off at turn number 10, Adam.
Headed towards the first green flag of 2024. Tightly bunched, 15 rows, here we go. Green flag is out, they charge into turn number 1. Gary Clute with the advantage in corner entry. He's going to lead the way towards turn number 2.
And there was some contact there between Clute and Kevin Lacroix, just a little bit of a tap. It'll be Gary Clute who will lead them out the bottom of turn 2 as they head to Quebec corner here at turn number 3. It is 59, Gary Clute running at the point as the driver works his way out onto the short chute coming under the bridge at turn number 4.
Who is that? Is that Sam Fellows going around off the exit of turn number 2? No.
That driver does get it corrected and will continue. Here is the battle going on further back. They'll go 2 at times, 3 wide out of that marsh here. Turned up the back straightaway here on the opening lap. But it's Gary Clute, 59, the pole sitter, going to the front.
It was a blue car that hit, I think it was LP Montour. The number 13 machine of Montour started up near the front, started in 12th. I believe he is all the way to the back of the field now.
Out of that.
What an orchestrated first lap that was. Drivers seeing if they could get a position, but knowing they have to get in line. You don't want to battle side by side as the snake comes up through turns number 9 and 10. The field looks clean at the exit at the finish of lap number 1, and we will know shortly, but I believe all 30 cars made their way around to complete the first lap.
Had some moments there at the end of that opening lap. It is the pole sitter, Gary Clute, in that 59 Dodge ahead of Kevin Lacroix, 74 in second. Then it's the 2 GM Paille drivers, the 96 of Marc-Antoine Camerand in third, 27 Andrew Ranger runs fourth, and LP Dumoulin back there in the 5th place position. 3 Dodges, 2 Chevrolets up in that front running 5 as they work back down through Lacroix corner and begin that climb up the entrance straightaway.
Jason Hathaway, all sorts of crossed up going down into turn number 5. Strong goes by, Charbonneau goes by in the 88. What a save by Jason Hathaway.
Nice bit of driving there by Hathaway down as through. He just about looped that car around in that ASA Abloy entry.
Course yellow. Sorry, Pat. We have gone to a full course yellow. There's a report of at least 1 lug nut on the front straightaway. Now, debris is something that happens in racing, Pat, and there's a lot of pieces that can come loose on these cars and fall off and not cause any problems. But I am going to suggest if 1 lug nut came off, there is a good possible car out there with multiple loose lug nuts. Now,
well, of course, sitting on the racetrack can easily damage one of the tires on these cars. So we go to an early full course yellow here on lap number 3. The Chevrolet Camaro pace car will pick up the leader, Gary Clute. Let's give you a quick rundown as we run under this full course yellow. Clute, 59. The pole sitter is your leader, 74 Kevin Lacroix in second, 96 Marc-Antoine Antoine Cameron third. Andrew Ranger is fourth. LP Dumoulin running in fifth. Daniel Bois in the 31 is sixth. The 80 car of Alex Tagliani runs seventh. Eighth is 36 Alex Labe. 1 JP Bergeron in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Peter Kloot in car number 6.
Yeah, Michael Gowdy is down on pit road in that Muskoka Mod Center number 38. I talked to him during the autograph session. He said he was concerned there was a vibration in the car. They changed the drive shaft, they changed a few things, but he wasn't sure if they found what the source of the vibration was. And I will tell you this, you cannot race here at CTMP with the speeds that we travel. If there is a vibration, it's going to cause a catastrophic problem in that race car. And Gowdy's been around racing long enough to know, bring it down pit road and try to find the problem.
Well, I believe they have picked up that lug nut or lug nuts that were on the start-finish straightaway.
Here at
the
CTMP.
Field winding its way out of Moss Corner up the Andretti straightaway, led by that red Chevrolet Camaro pace car. As we work lap number 3, we gave you the top 10. Let's take you a little bit further back. In 11th was the 13 car of LP straightaway. Sam Fellows in car number 87 up into 12th. The rookie from Nova Scotia, Danny Chisholm. He is the highest running Justin's Rookie of the Year candidate in the 13th spot. Then in 14, 17, DJ Kennington. We were reminiscing yesterday, Adam. Watched him as a teenager run at Delaware Speedway back in the old CASCAR days. He is there in 14th. Then Dexter Stacy in the 92 in 15th. Ryan Kloot, 42, 16th. Then Malcolm Strawn in 17th. 18th is the 3 of Jason Hathaway, who did a great save coming into Moss Corner a couple of laps ago. It looked like he was headed for the gravel trap, but managed to save it. Simone Charbonneau, the second running of the highest ranking rookie driver right now. He is in 19th, and Matthew Scannell in car number 99 rounds out your top 20. As we continue here, lap number 3 going up on the board, but under the full course yellow. This one's scheduled for 51 laps.
With this yellow flag this early in the race, it really provides no opportunity for anybody to gain an advantage by coming into the pits. Looks like when they come out of turn number 5, we're going to double up this field. We'll bring them back to the green flag with 4 laps complete. Now, Pat, if we see a yellow flag beyond lap 11, that's when we're going to see drivers think, okay, I can come in, top up with fuel, maybe come in, put on 2 tires. So when I come in later, I only have to put on an additional 2, because left side tires will do much more for your car here at CTMP than right side tires. As Gowdy is back on pit road in that number 38, clearly not satisfied with whatever the team may have found.
And I think the corner workers may have spotted some additional debris on the track between turns 9 and 10. The service vehicle stopped there for a moment and now is repositioned in turn number 10. And we should be getting set to go back to green. Next time by, it'll be the completion of lap number 4.
Well, whatever they serviced on Gowdy's 38, he is pulled back off of pit road. He's going to re-enter the race, and the field is doubling up on the backstretch. The lights are out on the pace car. New pace car driver, Bob Sumac, is behind the wheel of the pace car this year. He has been around motorsports for many decades. A former crew member for Don Biederman, for Junior Hanley. He has been around the sport for a couple of minutes.
That goes back decades, and some Hall of Fame names there, Adam. And also great to see Tom Kipp, who did a wonderful job on the invocation. Tom, of course, a former Superbike winner here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park back in the early 90s. Now part of the motor racing outreach, and he, I think, is going to be making a return visit here on Labor Day weekend as well.
Just a super guy. Would that have been before the days they shaved down the backstretch when there was a lot of airborne? We're going back to green. Gary Clute going to set the pace on the inside of row number 1. Kevin Lacroix immediately to his left. Green flag is out. We're back underway in the Asa Abloy Excentra 200. Another good launch for Clute in that 59. Kevin Lacroix trying to close the door on Marc-Antoine Cameron as they exit turn 1.
And those two GM Paye Chevrolets go side by side for second. Ranger and that number 96 car of Marc-Antoine Cameron, but it is Gary Clute back out in front at the point as they go through turn number 3. Andrew Ranger has moved around Marc-Antoine Cameron into third, and then it is Cameron, and then I believe that 5th place spot still the 47 of LP Dumoulin. They work through turn 4 on the brakes hard up in a Moss corner, and right now Ranger is all over that 74 car of Kevin Lacroix, but it's single file out of the hairpin as they work up the back straight.
Boy, Alex Tagliani used up Alex Labbe at the exit of turn 5. Tagliani was complaining earlier on. He's just short on horsepower. He can't keep up on the straightaways, so he's really having to drive the car hard in the turns to keep pace with the front runners.
And Tagliani did pick up a spot up into 7th, and we've got some battles going on a little bit further back. Here's Lacroix on the inside of Gary Clute. They're going to go side by side down the start-finish straightaway. Across the line, Clute will get credit with leading that lap, but going through on the inside is Kevin Lacroix, so we've already had our first lead change of the day.
Gary Clute wisely gave that spot up to Kevin Lacroix. Lacroix had the line going into turn 1, and Clute knew if he tries to battle, he could run the risk of losing 2nd place, 3rd place, 4th place. Better off to get behind the 74, size up the 59, see what he's got against the competition. Right now, Kevin Lacroix in the 74 leading the way. Andrew Ranger in the 27 running 3rd. Those cars are identically prepared race cars.
And those front-running 5 have opened up a little bit of a gap on the driver running in 6. That's 31 Daniel Bois. They clear Moss Corner, now up through the gearboxes. They crest the hill here in just about half a minute or so, and it is Lacroix 74 who has opened up about 6 car lengths on the pole sitter 59 Gary Clute. Andrew Ranger in 3rd, Cameron 96 is 4th, and LP Dumoulin rounding out your top 5.
This point in the race, these drivers really aren't concerned. If you're in the top 5, you're right where you want to be. In fact, all the way back to Daniel Bois. Wow, contact between Alex Labbe and Alex Tagliani through turn 9. Opened the door for Labbe to drive to the inside of that yellow and red number 80 and take over that position. They were losing ground on the top 6. The top 6 had pulled away. Alex Labbe does not want to lose that gap. As I was saying, if you're in that top 6, you're right where you want to be. It doesn't matter if you're 5th, 4th, 6th, you're in the lead pack. Labbe could see they were driven away about 20 car lengths. He doesn't want to let that happen, so he pushed the issue with Alex Tagliani.
Tagliani started 7th, had worked his way around Labbe into 7th, but now it's Alex Labbe in car number 36 who's taken over that 7th place position. Alex Tagliani to 8th. The 1 of J.P. Bergeron runs in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is the 6 car of Peter Clute. Out of the Moss hairpin, they work up the back straightaway. That number 74 car of Kevin Lacroix leads them up the Andretti straightaway. 59 Gary Clute in 2nd. Then it is the 2 GM Paye cars of Ranger in 3rd, Cameron in 4th, and then still the 47 of LP Dumoulin rounding out your top 5.
Up through turns 9 and 10, Kevin Lacroix has grown his lead to about 6 car lengths over Gary Clute. Andrew Ranger right on his tail. Cameron, Dumoulin, Daniel Bois. We can see Alex Labbe has pulled away from Alex Tagliani after taking over that 7th spot. We could soon have a 7-car train at the head of this field.
Cars stringing out towards the tail end of that field, looking at where a couple of other drivers have moved up. There is Danny Chisholm in car number 19, the young Nova Scotia driver, running in 11th. Again, he's the highest running rookie. LP Montour, car number 13 and 12th. Sam Fellows in car 87, 13th. DJ Kennington in the Castrol Edge Dodge 14th. And then the 92 of Dexter Stacy is being shown in 15th.
A little bit of dirt coming up in turn number 3. These drivers run right to the edge of the pavement. Sometimes they kick off into the dirt a little bit.
It looks as though Peter Clute has made up a little bit of ground here on the race leader, Kevin Lacroix. And right now, Lacroix with the fastest lap of the race, 1:23.281. And again, not as quick as they qualified yesterday, but when you're running in a pack, hard to match the same lap time that you would have put up there in the qualifying session. Up across the line, lap number 8 goes up on the board, and it is Kevin Lacroix just over Gary Clute. Those drivers all right there at about on the same place. It is Ranger in 3rd. Marc-Antoine Cameron, 96 in 4th, and still LP Dumoulin running back there in 5th, and nobody there in the top 20 positions were able to make any kind of a move up. It was status quo there on lap number 8.
Alex LeVay has closed in on the back of Daniel Bois in the 31. We've got to move further back. Stephen Cote in the 29, getting around Simon Charbonneau in the 88. Malcolm Strawn right behind. He's looking for racing room. So is the 24 of Thomas Neveu. What a sharp paint scheme on that Home Hardware 24 of Neveu. That's
a couple of rookies part of that battle just at the tail end of the top 20. That 88 car of Simon Charbonneau. And then Cote in car number 29. Some great multi-car battles going on all the way through the field. But up front, it is Kevin Lacroix working lap number 9 as he works off a turn number 10. It's about 7 car lengths back to Gary Clute, then Andrew Ranger, and then Marc-Antoine Cameron and LP Dumoulin. So that order, at least in the top 5, has not changed.
A lot of battles throughout this field, not just at the front of the pack, but you work your way all the way through. And I'm going to give a little shout out here to Larry Jackson in the O'Neill Electric number 84. He's running in the 24th spot, Pat, but I can almost promise you he will finish this race towards the top 15. He just keeps his car on the track. He knows his game plan. I'm doing the same thing with Matthew Scannell, running in the 22nd spot in the 99 car. They have a plan. It may not look like he's a contender, but I'm sure they've got something figured out with pit strategy that might find that 99 work his way through the field.
It is the 29 of Stephen Cote. The rookie driver has moved up into 18th. Malcolm Strawn in the 19th place spot, and then we've got another rookie in Simon Charbonneau rounding out your top 20, working lap number 10. Next time by, it'll be 41 laps to go in the Assa Abloy Essentra 200 here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
The gap's growing a little larger. Kevin Lacroix stretching out. Last time by, it was 1.1 seconds, the advantage by Kevin Lacroix over Gary Clute. Now it's 1.4 seconds, so 0.3 of a second quicker that last lap was Kevin Lacroix than Gary Clute. Not much change going on right now. As you said, we're just turning in laps, but these drivers are starting to plan for their pit stop. We will see someone peel off this racetrack soon and top up with Sunoco race fuel.
Andrew Ranger holding on to that 3rd place position. His teammate Marc-Antoine Cameron right there. And again, the race leader, Kevin Lacroix, who started on the front row after topping the practice and then following it up by qualifying second to Gary Clute, able to take over the lead early. And since then, he has just consistently put together quick laps. That last lap, he was 0.3 of a second quicker than Gary Clute and continues to inch away.
Michael Gowdy in that 38 machine back on pit road. They've been battling some sort of gremlin all day long in that race car. Danny Chisholm, you'll notice the right rear fender on that race car is flared out. That cannot be helping him down these long straightaways. In fact, DJ Kennington swings to the inside of the number 19 down into turn number 8. Here we go, pit action, folks. Gary Clute in the 59 comes down pit road. They are going to top up with race fuel. And if you look, Gary Clute is pitted way back towards turn number 10. Quick stop for fuel, and he will work his way back onto the racetrack. So Gary Clute gave up the second spot to come to pit road.
And everybody, of course, behind him will move up in the running order. Andrew Ranger, 27, goes to second. 96, Marc-Antoine Cameron to third. 47, LP Dumoulin in fourth. And now Daniel Bois will take over that fifth place position. We've got a three-way battle going on for sixth, involving the 80 of Alex Tagliani, the 1 of JP Bergeron, and the 6 of Peter Clute. Those three cars right together on the racetrack, and with Clute coming on to pit road, it is the biggest gap that we've seen first to second, as the two GM Paillet Chevrolets try to chase down that number 74 Dodge of Kevin Lacroix, as he is about to complete lap number 12 here next time by.
And I'm not sure if Alex Labbé had a problem or if Labbé also came into the pits in that 36. He slid down the leaderboard. We'll be able to tell very shortly if he's on the track. He is not. So Labbé must have pitted as well for fuel on the same lap Gary Clute came in. Now we see Danny Chisholm and Ryan Clute, I believe. They'll get down to pit road speed. Remember Danny Chisholm, he's done some pro stock racing in the Maritimes. He's had great success behind the wheel of a Legends car all over the United States, as we look at Ryan Clute fueling up that 42 machine.
So several drivers have come on to pit road here right around lap number 12, including Gary Clute, who was running there in the second place position at the time, but it has been all Kevin Lacroix checking his fastest lap here of the race so far. 1 minute 23.281 for Kevin Lacroix. That last lap was also into the minute 23s for Lacroix, and that chasing group behind him, Andrew Ranger and Marc-Antoine Cameron in the GM Paillet Chevrolets, into the 24. Definitely Kevin Lacroix is the driver who's got the pace here, and the race leader will come back to the line to complete lap number 13.
Daniel Bois in the MBS 31 DeSouza Railing Company. That's a very cool partnership with DeSouza Railing. They were involved with Trayton Lapsevich last season. Bois had a problem finding his pit stall, had to back up to it, but great to see DeSouza remain involved with the series. They found another great team to get involved with. As the fuel going into the 31 of Bois, that was a bit of a long stop.
That number 74 Napa Dodge continues to run well ahead of a close second, third, and fourth place battle involving 27 Andrew Ranger, 96 Marc-Antoine Cameron, and the 47 of LP Dumoulin. Those three cars are well clear of what would be the new fifth place car, and that is that bright yellow entry of Alex Tagliani. He's a long way back there in fifth, as that trio of cars in second, third, and fourth try to chase down Lacroix. But again, Lacroix consistently with laps in the minute 23s, and that chasing group has been in the minute 24s.
Problems again for Matthew Scannell in the 99. I don't know how they can keep the green flag out. I believe we're going to see a full course caution.
So it is Scannell stopped out there on the racetrack as we go to a full course yellow.
So this is interesting. We've got lots of drivers entering a closed pit. It was open for DJ Kennington. It's debatable for Dexter Stacey. But for Thomas Neva, it was definitely closed. For Dexter Stacy, I think it was closed. For Jason Hathaway, it seems like it was closed. The officials already talking about it on the radio, because once you go to a full course yellow, as soon as they call yellow, the red and yellow flag is displayed in turn 10. That's Amy Wong, a longtime official. Okay, we're hearing Jason Hathaway in the 3. He is a veteran, drove all the way through pit road, never stopped in his pit stall. So all he's going to lose is the track position he gave up by going down pit road. If you committed to the pits and stopped after pit road was closed, there's a penalty. If you're DJ Kennington, who had already committed to the pits before the yellow came out, you should be able to make your stop. So we'll leave this to the officials to sort out.
Working lap number 15 of a scheduled 51 that make up the ASA Abloy Sentra 200. We're under a full course yellow, as Kevin Lacroix, 74, has led most of those 14 laps. Andrew Ranger, 27, in second. 96, Marc-Antoine Cameron, third. Alex Tagliani in car number 80 in fourth. 47, LP Dumoulin, fifth. Sixth is the one of JP Bergeron. Seventh is car number 98, Malcolm Strawn. 17, DJ Kennington being shown in eighth. Gary Clute, having stopped for fuel, back out there, is ninth, and rounding out your top 10 at the moment, Simone Charbonneau, but again with pit stops likely to come up here before they open the pits, that we should be seeing a further shuffling of the running order. Will reset the field as soon as the last of the pit stops gets completed here, and that service vehicle has made its way, believe that is between turns 1 and 2 is where he has stopped on the racetrack.
I think it's between 2 and 3. No, between 3 and 4, I'm sorry. That's the exit at turn 3, because the campers. Am I wrong?
I think you might be right. It's on one. It's either, I think it's the short chute between 3 and 4. And they're trying to just maybe get that car to refire as they come under. No, it was between 1 and 2. So we were right the first. Oh, no, you're right. 3 and 4. It's the other Chevrolet bridge. So right now the pit road is still closed. And once they open that, I think we're going to see a mad scramble onto pit road. That car did stop between turns 3 and 4 as the field continued to wind its way around this racetrack. We've got 15 laps completed, working lap number 16. And I don't think that car that has fired here as yet. The tow truck trying to give it a bit of a boost, or it may just push it all the way up that Andretti straightaway back here to the pits.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what we're going to see now. We've got an interesting situation. There's our race leader, Kevin Lacroix, in turn 10. But the pace car is nowhere near the race leader. So they're instructing cars on the track to pass the pace vehicle and catch the leaders. But Pat, I don't know where the pace vehicle, so we just saw the leaders of the race. They're in between turns 1 and 2 now, but they're nowhere near the pace vehicle.
First 5 cars have gone through here to complete lap number 16. Meanwhile, that tow truck continues to try to push that 99 car of Matthew Scannell up the Andretti straightaway.
So cars are still going around the pace vehicle, which any race car driver knows, I'm not supposed to do this. But they've been instructed to do it because they need to do that until the leader catches up. So these cars have a long way to go now to catch back up. So there we go. Now there's Kevin Lacroix. There's the pace vehicle. Nobody else needs to catch it, but they can't open pit road until the back of the field catches the front of the field again. So you're going to see a lot of cars on the track going pretty quickly for a yellow flag condition, but we've almost got things under control here.
The pace car in Moss Corner here at the moment. And again, tip of the announcer's cap to all of the fans watching this race from Moss Corner. I think over the years, Adam, that has become one of the favorite viewing spots here at the racetrack. You grab your lawn chair and you head on down there, and you can watch them come under the bridge at turn 4, down the chute, up into turn 5, through 5A, B, and C, and then you can almost watch them right to the top of the hill there on the Andretti straightaway.
I mean, there's a lot of places that'll give you an impressive view of this racetrack, but I have to agree with it.
Well, right now it looks like there are 2 cars not running on the racetrack. Matthew Scannell, 99, and Michael Gowdy in the 38. Other than that, 28 about to line up behind that Chevrolet Camaro pace car as we work lap number 17 of 51. The field off of the end of the straightaway, working their way through the S's. And I would think there it is, the green flag now being shown between turns 9 and 10, indicating to these drivers that pit road is open.
All of the leaders are coming in. Kevin Lacroix, Andrew Ranger, Marc-Antoine Camera, and Alex Tagliani, JP Bergeron, Malcolm Strong. A few stragglers stay out on the racetrack. Simon Charbonneau, Larry Jackson. Daniel Bois comes in. This will be his second stop. So let's see if Bois, he's going to, wow, they're putting left side tires on that 31. So Daniel Bois may be the first driver getting all 4 fresh General tires, and that'll be his commitment to pit lane. He will not pit again if he's put 4 tires on. So the Gloria Eng, one of the bravest officials in the place, standing in front of the field with a stop sign as they're trying to get out of the pits.
And it is Lacroix 74, Ranger 27, and Marc-Antoine Cameron 96. All will rejoin the field here. We'll see once they circle back here. There's the Chevrolet Camaro safety car. A couple of those drivers who did not pit. So this is going to shuffle the order. And it was the 47 of LP Dumoulin. I believe he was the one car who did not pit, who was up in that top 5. So he is your leader on the racetrack.
So David White, I believe, is serving as crew chief of the 19 machine this weekend for Danny Chisholm. They've got a lot of tools out.
Unfortunate for Chisholm, he had run up as high as 11th, but it looks like they've got some kind of a problem. That car being worked on pit road. The lone driver from Nova Scotia. We've got 15 Quebec drivers, 14 from Ontario, making up the 30 that took the green flag.
There was a bit of a logjam when Kevin Lacroix came out of the pits. They came out in the middle of the pack. It looks to me like it's been sorted out and he's in the right position now. But I'm curious to see where they wind up. So we're going 1 to go. They're going to double up this field. At the front, it's going to be LP Dumoulin in the 47, Gary Clute in the 59. Clute has already made his fuel stop. LP Dumoulin has made no stops. I believe that is Herbie Drescher going to restart 3rd in the 53 machine. That could get exciting. Herbie's doing a great job, but he's got 20th place speed. So Herbie Drescher's fastest lap in this race.
24 maybe?
I'm trying to find him on the scoring pylon. There we go. His best lap is a minute 26. He is 3 seconds slower than the cars around him. And he's got company running that similar pace, but you're gonna wanna watch. This is where these drivers can really make up ground, but they have to take risks. They have to be aggressive.
We're on lap number 18 as we get set to go back to green. That Chevrolet Camaro pace car heads for pit road, and now it'll be the 47 of LP Dumoulin who will lead them off at turn number 10. Gary Clute in car number 59 is going to be right up alongside as they go back to green here at the end of lap number 18. Dumoulin and Clute down into turn number 1. That's how they run. and then a real shuffle for positions a little bit further back, including DJ Kennington in that Castrol Edge Dodge. He was 5th as they took the green flag.
Kennington had to lift. There was contact between himself, or nearly contact between himself and Herbie Drescher. He had to lift. That allowed Alex LeBay to get up alongside the 17. Out in front, LP Dumoulin leads the way. Gary Clute runs in the 2nd spot. They've already built an advantage over the rest of the field. They are starting to pull away, but watch for the hot shoes deep in the pack. Kevin Lacroix trying to carve through traffic, and right now he is penned in behind other cars.
DJ Kennington getting forced wide there in 5B. He is going to tuck in right behind that 36 car of Labbé, as Drescher did get shuffled back a couple of positions. And then we're looking at those cars that were up front before the pit stops. Kevin Lacroix was 11th, 27 Andrew Ranger 12th, and I think Marc-Antoine Cameron may have got the jump. Cameron right behind DJ Kennington as they come through the S's.
Oh, one way off the track. Herbie Drescher mowing the grass between 8 and 9. He's going to head down pit road. Oh my goodness. That was similar to Jason Hathaway earlier in turn 5. He was out of control, but just by a good fortune, didn't make any contact as he shot back across the racetrack.
Well, I think he did the grounds crew here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Took some of their work. They don't need to cut the grass over there on the inside of turn number 59. Gary Clute is 2nd. Peter Clute in car number 6 is 3rd. 36 Alex Labbé 4th. 17 DJ Kennington in 5th. 96 Marc-Antoine Cameron up in his 6th. 3 Jason Hathaway is 7th. 87 Sam Fellows 8th. 9th is 27 Andrew Ranger, and 74 Kevin Lacroix rounds out your top 10.
That might be a long pit stop for Herbie Drescher as he gets a pair of shorts. Daniel Bois goes off the track of the Exodus turn 5. Is he coming back up to speed in that 31, or does he have a problem? We'll see as he works his way down the back straightaway. LP Dumoulin continuing to lead by about 3 car lengths over Gary Clute as they work up through turns 9 and 10.
They continue to shuffle the order here among the top 10 cars, as we've got a change coming up here as Dumoulin goes through Clute. Then it is Labbé, and Marc-Antoine Cameron has taken over 5th. That'll push DJ Kennington into 6th. Hathaway 7th. Sam Fellows running in 8th. 27 Andrew Ranger is in 9th. And then the 92 of Dexter Stacy rounding out your top 10.
Daniel Bois has come into the pits in that 31. Oh, we got a problem on the back straightaway. We've got one off the pace. That's Scannell again.
So car partly on the racetrack. That is just on the exit of 5C. And here is the 74 car of Lacroix. Did he go back onto pit road? I think he might. Lacroix
and JP Bergeron back onto pit road. They have now returned to the racing surface. We wait to see what the officials are going to do with the car stopped on the back straightaway. Full course yellow. Tough day for Matthew Scannell in that 99 machine.
Well, where that car was situated there in 5C, there you can see, as we take a look on the video monitor here in the announce booth, that car partially on the racetrack, not a good position. So we go to the full course yellow, working lap number 21. So 21 laps go up on the board. We've got exactly 30 laps remaining in the ASA Abloy Sentra 200. LP Dumoulin, your leader, 59. Gary Clute in 2nd. The 6 car of Peter Clute is 3rd. 36 Alex Labbé 4th. And the 96 of Marc-Antoine Cameron rounds out your top 5. 17 DJ Kennington in the Castrol Edge Dodge is 6th. 7th is the 3 of Jason Hathaway, the ASA Abloy sponsored entry. Then Sam Fellows having a good run here in 8th. 27 Andrew Ranger 9th, and still 92 Dexter Stacy rounds out your top 10.
So what we saw of the drivers who were running around each other early in the race, Marc-Antoine Cameron with a very aggressive restart was able to pick up some spots and leapfrog over Kevin Lacroix and Andrew Ranger. Now Kevin Lacroix came down pit road just before that yellow flag came out, so now Kevin has flipped the tables from a strategy standpoint. So we'll see where this all shakes out, but boy oh boy, what a moment for Herbie Drescher a few laps ago at the exit of turn 8. Got